Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I got another deck profile for you guys today. This time it's on my Zombie World deck. I went back and changed quite a lot of things. Brought back some old cards, but took out some that I was running before, like Instant Fusion. I decided not to run that anymore just because it was just kind of too slow, especially now that Summon Sorceress is banned, and honestly it's just not as effective as it used to be, and I kind of realized that, so I decided to take it out and try to go for more of a control-based strategy. Decided to bring back Gozuki too, so I was like, okay, yeah, Gozuki is a good enough second in case you don't open up with a Solitaire or Unizombie, so he's just kind of a backup plan. But anyway, I figured I should share with you guys what I got this time around, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this. Okay, so starting off with the newer support, playing 2 copies of Doom King. You don't really want to run this at 3, he's a brick at 3, so 2 should be more than enough. Has 2 disruptions, 1 to negate, 1 to banish, as long as the zombie monster activated an effect, and it's a once per chain effect, so. But you can only use 1 of each effects once per turn. 2 blooms, just because, like Doom King, it's a little bit of a brick sometimes, so you definitely just want to pitch this away from your, to the grave, from your deck or your hand to the grave, so Glow Bloom's not too bad. And if Zombie World's out, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon a level 5 or higher zombie, or you can search it out, but most of the time you're just going to want to summon it. Playing 3 copies of Necroworld Banshee. This gets you out Zombie World faster. So you either want to discard this or dump it to the grave as quickly as you can. And basically all she does is, like, at any given time you can banish her from the field or grave and activate Zombie World directly from deck. Next up, 3 Solitaires. This gets you out your zombie tuners as quickly as possible. 1 Spirit Master goes pretty well with the Shogun Saga. Banish it to not only gain attack points, but also you get to pop a card for free with Spirit Master's effect. 1 Spectral Sword. This card just helps me synchro climb into cards like Samurai Saga, and then from there, like the usual combo is that if he's in your grave, you banish him along with Solitaire, go into Samurai Saga. Solitaire's effect will bring this back, and then you can just go into a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon right after. Then, of course, you got to play the best card, 3 Unizombie. Has 2 effects. Target 1 monster you control, discard 1 card, change its level by 1. And then, same thing, you can dump a zombie directly from your deck to the grave and add an additional level to whatever monster you target. 2 Gozuki. It's pretty much the same thing as Unizombie, only just dumps zombies to the grave. But if you send to the graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie to special summon a zombie from hand. And then lastly, 2 Mizuki. So I think 2 and 2 is actually the correct number. So I felt like these were the best ones. And then lastly, 1 Vampire Throw-Line. As for the only hand traps I'm playing, of course, going to be playing 3 Ash Blossom. That's pretty standard. Alright, so moving on to spells already. Playing 3 Zombie World. Turns everything into zombies. And it also stops any tribute summon based deck, so they can't tribute summon except for zombie monsters. 3 Called by the Grave. The one thing that zombies have a problem with is that Unizombie. Like, if that Unizombie gets hit at any given point, your turn's pretty much over. So Called by the Grave is just to help you have that built-in protection. 2 Super Poly, since I am running Dragon Necro, Starving Venom, and now Mud Dragon. So you definitely need a few Super Poly targets. 1 for 1 to get out Glow Bloom. 1 Foolish Burial. And then, of course, Monster Reborn. Alright, now for trap cards. Playing 3 Swallow Slash. This is basically your Twin Twisters, just a little bit better. You tribute 1 zombie monster, then target 2 cards on the field, destroy them, then banish 1 Shiranui from your deck. So you can get additional benefits. If you banish Spirit Master with this card, you get to get 3 pops. So definitely handy. And of course, as I mentioned, I'm running 3 copies of Rivalry in the main deck again, because, as soon as your opponent summons 1 monster, he's going to be locked into playing only zombie types. So Rivalry, the Warlords definitely will help you out and can help you steal games. Alright, so moving on to the extra deck. Of course, I'm playing 2 copies of Vampire Sucker. Everyone already knows what this does. 1 Linkuriboh. I decided to bring this card back. Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy. This is basically for your Synchro monsters, since you're going to be running quite a few of them. So, like, she adds built-in protection for your Synchro monsters. They can't be destroyed by card effects. And if it's a fire monster, they can't be destroyed by battle. And Shogun Saga being both of those, your opponent can't really touch any of your can't really touch them at all. So definitely good. And the only link form playing now is Topologic Bomber Dragon. I figured since Doom King brings himself back, as long as there's a field spell out, you can constantly use this effect to blow up your opponent's monsters from the main monster zones. So Bomber Dragon, definitely a really good card. Some people kind of sleep on this card nowadays, and honestly, I still think he's a really powerful Link 4 monster to play. So definitely give him a shot, see how you like him. Moving on to Synchros, playing Necro Dragon again. You know, figured why not? It's just an OTK enabler. One Squire Saga, another one of those sleeper cards. I think this card's really good, so especially with her 3 effects, so definitely want to give her a shot. One Samurai Saga, this is just for Spectral Sword while he's in the graveyard. And again, you want to banish him and Solitaire together so that we can go into Crystal Wing, which, speaking of which, Crystal Wing. And of course, our main boss monster, Shogun Saga, you banish one zombie from your grave, it gains attack points, and like I said, if you do it in tangent with Spirit Master or Solitaire, it's just like, it's pretty good. One Barload Savage Dragon for negation, and bringing back Cypher Lord Omega, since, you know, you definitely want to rip cards out of your opponent's hand. For our Super Poly targets, playing one Dragon Necro, one Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, and one Mud Dragon of the Swamp. And that's pretty much it. And if you don't like Mud Dragon, go with Violet Chimera if you want to, instead of the Salamangreat Fusion monster. Alright, so moving on to the side deck. I'm playing 3 Ghost Bells, as well as 3 Artifact Lancia. Ghost Bell is just like in case if I try to disrupt my opponent with a hand trap or something, or tries to stop one of my monsters from coming back. It's just a counterattack, what do you call it, called by the grave, and Artifact Lancia just to stop your opponent from banishing whatsoever, so that's really strong against Danger Thunder or Orcas. You know, that card by itself really shuts them down. And like the Vampire side deck, I decided to go with Mystic Mine, you know, that way I can combo under without the worry about hand traps. And against Mine decks, I'm going with Black Garden. And any deck that relies a lot on a field spell that, if you just want to shut them down entirely, Magical Midbreaker Field definitely hurts them. So, and to go in tangent with this, of course, you're going to go with Set Rotation. Unfortunately, it's at 1 for a reason, because that's a pretty busted combo. So, but if you can manage to pull this off, you're in a good position. And to deal with like any backer-oriented deck, you know, you also want to play Eradicator Epidemic Virus. You can main deck this if you want, but since you already have Swallow Slash, I mean, to me, it's like that's potentially 3 cards if you still have Spear Master in your deck. So that's why I'm just like I just kind of go back and forth with this. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys again next time.